Hi, this is Miguel Gulen, and earlier today I was editing the audio for the TCEA MIE podcast number 2, and it's an interview with April Wagner, who I ran into at the TOTS and Technology 2016 conference in Galveston. And while we were chatting, she came up with a few questions that her teachers had encountered when working with OneNote. So I thought it would be kind of fun to sort of just explore those really quickly in a video and then just drop those in here. I was going to, so one of the questions that she asks is how to delete information in notebooks. Can student delete notebooks? And she's really referring to class notebooks and whether students are able to delete that. I'll come back to that question in a little bit. One of the others is how to put information in separate sections in a OneNote notebook, and then how to put information back when you accidentally put it in the wrong section. That's something apparently that people will do, and certainly I have done that. So for example, you can see here's my OneNote for TCEA Connect. It's got all my information in it, and I keep different resources here. For example, a copy of tech notes and other things. And then I also have some links to handy tutorials that are available online that I may have developed, or in reality probably someone else has developed. So sometimes I want to take these materials and put them into another resource. So for example, I have another OneNote notebook called Tablets in the English Language Learners Classroom. And this is a really fun resource, I think, because there's so much great stuff in it, and you can actually use these resources in a variety of different things. So one idea that I was introduced to was the idea of a capacity matrix. Basically, what do you do when you're how do you list out all the skills that you have that describe sort of the how-to? What do you do? How do you do something using tablets? And you can see we've got a variety of topics here, from app smashing to ebooks to flipped learning, green screen, podcasting, etc. So let's say I decide that I want this particular page over in the TCEA Connect location, and I want to put it right here in the tutorials. So all I have to do is go back to my tablets in the ELL classroom, right click on the tab that represents the capacity matrix, and then go down to where it says move or copy. Now the mistake that a lot of people make is that they will click on move instead of copy. So before I do anything, I just want to make a mental note that I'm going to click on copy, because I don't want to lose the original here. So I'm going to go to my TCEA Connect, find the appropriate section, which is tutorials, and as soon as I click on it, you'll see that we can copy materials there. So I'm going to click on copy. And now if I go back to my TCEA Connect tutorials and scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see that the capacity matrix is there. And since I don't have the context of the tablets in the ELL classroom, I'm just going to quickly add that to the title. So tablets in the ELL classroom, capacity matrix, and now that resource is properly labeled, and I can choose to sort of drag it around, and I'm just going to quickly move it up to the top and just throw it here in the blogging tips, tablets in the ELL classroom. Again, it can go pretty much anywhere I wanted. I'm also quickly collapsing. I have a lot of resources organized. So it almost stands on its own, and it is alphabetical. So tablets in the ELL classroom, capacity matrix can be its own section for now, until I decide to put more resources there. Now if I wanted to move something, then what I would do is basically, let's say I could choose a particular item and then choose move. And let me go ahead and move it into my TCEA Connect, and I'm going to put it in the welcome section. So TCEA Connect, welcome section. Now this is what people sometimes do by accident. They move something and then they realize, oh, I didn't want to move that. So now you have to move it back. And what April was saying was that she would have to go, or that what teachers would do is they would actually go to their resource, and then they would have to they'd delete it from where they copied it to or where they moved it to, and then they would lose the original. Of course, it's not really lost. It's in your deleted items in your OneNote notebook, but sometimes that could sort of throw people off. And I'm trying to remember where I moved it to. So let me see. Maybe I put it here. Yes, I accidentally put my TCEA TOTS notes information in my TCEA Connect Welcome notebook, and I realize that that's not where it goes, so I'm just going to right click on it, move or copy, and I'm going to go back to my TCEA TOTS notes, and where it says workshop notes, I'm going to go ahead and click on move, and what that does is it puts it back. And then if I need to just move it around, I can just click and drag, and now it's back to where it needs to be. So this is something that you're going to take advantage of and use quite a bit. So I wouldn't worry too much about accidentally moving things around or copying too many things. You can easily put them back. We're going to come back in the next video clip and talk a little bit about what to do when you're working with Class Notebook. And what I like about Class Notebook is how easy it is to distribute materials. But April's concern is what happens. Can a student actually delete something from the content library? And so we'll explore that in just a second. This is Miguel Gulen. You can find me on Twitter at MGUHLIN, and of course you can find the TCEA Tech Notes blog at www.tcea.org/blog. Thanks for listening, or watching, I guess, in this case.